This is YSM Sports Media. Want to thank you for all your love and support. Really appreciate it. We wouldn't be able to do this without you. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now and click the notification button for all future content.
Here with Darius Coit. What's good, dude?
It's good, man. How you been?
I'm chilling, man. All right, we out in front of the DSG barbershop.
Yep.
Makes me think of the upcoming pay-per-view with Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence. How you see that fight going?
Honestly, I think this is Spence's toughest fight. I always have respect for Danny because out of all the welterweights that came up in this era, both I would say Thurman and Sean Porter, those three, they've actually fought. They come up the hard way anyway. They fought multiple times against opposition that was more than capable of beating them, right? Danny was brought up, I think, to more so to lose, to be honest with you. I know, they probably won't say that. You don't want to tell you that, but they didn't put Danny on the A side against Morales. Obviously didn't against Amir Khan. I think they wanted Matisse to win that fight as well. So I think every time they tested Danny rose to the occasion. And I think the same will happen in this fight. Who wins? It depends on if it goes 12 rounds. I think Danny will have a hard time on the cards against Spence. One, Spence has a difficult style. He's a southpaw. Might be hard to outpoint him. But if Spence comes in like he usually does, which is trying to take your best shot away from you or win fighting the opposition's fight. If he fights Danny's fight, I don't think he deals with Danny handily. I really don't. I think Danny got good power. He's slick enough, so I don't think fighting a guy that's a little quick and slick is going to deal with it. Going to give him any type of major complication because he spars in Philadelphia all the time. He's from Philly. It's going to be a good fight though. But if Spence lets Danny hit him like he's let everybody hit him, he's let Mikey Garcia was landing. Mikey Garcia just was ineffective because he couldn't hurt him. If he allows Danny to land, it's going to be a long night for Spence. I really do believe that. Not that he can't take it. It's just Danny has power, has real power. And we'll see where Spence's chin is really at in this fight. And where his technical ability is as well, because Danny's a little more technical than people give him credit for. If you watch the Matisse fight, he couldn't walk Matisse down and just pummel him, right? He had to actually outbox Matisse, and that was the first time I saw Danny actually moving around the ring and actually using the boxing ability that he does have. So I think the same will show in this fight. I think people are going to be a little more, and the same thing against Keith Thurman. He boxed in that fight too as well. So I think people are going to be a little surprised with Danny's ability to move and keep up with Spence. But as far as punching power and boxing IQ, Danny got a great chance of winning that fight. I do believe that. I'm not saying it because I'm from Philly or none of that. I'm not sold on Spence until he shows me that he can step up and beat that quality. I didn't give him credit for the Mikey Garcia fight. You're supposed to win that fight. You're a bona fide middleweight, really. Stepping down to fight welterweights anyway. But now you're fighting a guy who never was a welterweight. Really that's a loss to me for Spence. And I'm not trying to come at Spence's camp, but because he asked for the fight. Garcia asked for the fight. So you get what you asked for, but at the same time, it's like you're supposed to knock that guy out in 2-3 rounds, as small as he is. You're supposed to kill him. You're supposed to swarm him and just get him out of here. And the fact that he lasted 12 rounds, that's a moral victory, if there is any. That's a moral victory for me, because he's not supposed to go 12 rounds with you. Nah.
Do you think the accident's going to play a major role?
We're going to find out. We're going to find out. I don't think it's that major, otherwise they wouldn't let him fight. I think he rested up enough. And if they didn't see what they needed to see from him in the gym, I think they would have called this fight off due to injury by now, because nobody would have questioned that he is injured. You know what I mean? So if he was, in fact, still showing any lag or hangover from that accident, I think it would have manifested itself already, because there's no need to fight when you have a legitimate excuse, which is, I'm still injured from a car accident. It's not like you got to come up with an eye injury for fake, or I hurt my hand or my rib. No, it's no excuse. You can say, I'm still not ready, and it will make sense.
Okay, dude. Can I get a definitive prediction for the fight?
Oh, I think it's going to be a hardly contested chess match with some slugging in there. They're going to have their spots where they pick their spots. But as I said, if Danny can land early and often, and Spence comes in there trying to take Danny's best shot, I think Danny will get him out of here in about 8-9 rounds. if it leans on boxing and Spence is smart enough to kind of try to avoid Danny's power and counter punching ability, he kind of takes those counters away from him. Then I think Spence wins if it goes to the 12 rounds. I think Spence is going to win because he's the draw right now. He's the A side right now, I would say. Yeah.
Okay, D, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.